stuff and going into more of like a hit, like a CrossFit type. Still keeping cardio on board, but definitely hitting heavy weights. Um, the science, like the adaptation phase. So basically, like when you change a method of exercise, people out there who think that it's just going to be like a smooth transition or even a smooth start if you're just starting out, like if you're thinking you're just going to go out and run 6 miles and your chest, you're going to be your chest is going to be pounding, your heart's going to be beating, and that's it. I mean, your muscles are going to be sore. When you start using muscles you haven't used in a long time, you definitely get sore. So I did up and like through the marathon, the Colorado Marathon and the Boulder Ironman, I wasn't really doing any heavy leg workouts. And then I step into a leg workout and I try to do like the 28 to 29 set full, like comprehensive entire leg workout, deadlifts, squats, leg extensions, leg curls, calves, raises, everything. And then like a final auxiliary exercise. And I was really sore for like 5 days. And then I didn't really fully recover for like 8 days. And then I did my next leg workout right after I recovered. So the adaptation phase, what I'm trying to say is it takes a couple weeks. So don't get discouraged if like you get back into a different type of training and you're weaker and you just like don't have the performance, you don't kind of have the repetitiveness, the routine, you don't have the mechanics and kind of the ease of execution, for lack of a better term, that you did prior to leaving that practice, or maybe you haven't even started doing something that's a little bit more intense than what you're used to. So the training psychology behind that is to stay focused on your goal, stay focused on the process, and then eventually the recovery, the adaptation will take care of itself, and you're kind of back into a rhythm, a routine where you know that you can kind of, be confident that every day you're going to kind of push yourself and you're going to be fully recovered and you're going to be able to get into a nice rhythm of training in that cycle of exercise. So my cycle of endurance has temporarily ended at this point. It was about a 3 to 4 month cycle. I'm going to get back into another prep for a special type of marathon in September, but that's not going to start until like early August. So I'm going to execute the next 6 weeks, especially of training. And I've already started to work towards my keto diet, which I'll talk about once I finish my training summary. But I'm going to go into more of like a kind of just a heavy weight, 6 days a week, lifting weight. 3 days, like definitely really hard weights, some 2-a-days mixing in. I'm going into like 2-a-days where in the morning I'll do like a half hour, 45-minute cardio session with one body part. And then I'll go into the evening with like the smaller body part, like either shoulders or arms or something, or even maybe like a back session or something that's kind of a phase of a deviation or just like a different phase of the back workout that I have kind of designed in my programs. Also, I have some news. I have a website that I'm going to be building. So I will start dropping my website link and all these videos and on my YouTube channel and also on my social media, on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook, so that anyone who knows me or has known me in the past can get a hold of kind of my recent information, kind of my life path, where I'm going and stuff. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't think many people are kind of doing what I'm doing in terms of, kind of like combining business with fitness and trying to be a trainer. And I'm now certified as a nutritionist as of this last week. So that's cool. So I'm excited about kind of trying to get my name out there and trying to get more eyes on my content, more, live in life, real life conversations going, people here in the community in Northern Colorado, trying to kind of spread my wings this winter and get in touch with some people who maybe can help me grow professionally, and also people who might just be looking for some good training advice or some good nutritional advice that can be done either over the phone, over social media, text, call, email, whatever, or in some live person training. So I've added a buddy benefit to my gym membership where I can take one guest, actually up to two guests every time I go in and train. So at some point in the future, I can take advantage of that and start working with people in person when the time comes. So back to training, like I said, 6 days. And then cardio is going to be kind of minimal. Like my longest runs are going to be like 6 to 8 miles until I do the half marathon. My brother at the end of July. But for the time being, right now, I'm sticking to like maybe 6 mile run every week, 2 or 3 5K runs, and then maybe like a a bike warm up, like a 20, 25 minute bike warm up. Sometimes even just like 15 if it's going to be like a leg day or something. So that's where I'm at this point, and that's why I think that it's a strong plan for using the keto diet to really build muscle and to kind of not really detox. I would say I don't really need a detox. I mean, my body feels healthy. I don't suffer from joint pain, inflammation. I don't really feel like I'm bloated or like my gut's just sticking out whenever I eat a lot or I consume a lot of calories for like endurance races and stuff, or just to stay kind of at a body weight that's above 180. But I will say, like, I've reached a solid solution. Like, I am of the understanding that I am in good, I would argue, great physical shape. But to be in excellent physical shape, you really need to take those next steps in your fitness journey. So part of me looking for more credibility, if I want to, get into mentoring and helping other folks in fitness, I want to have as much credibility as I can, meaning like I've tried different things and then I practice what I preach. So I've designed 3 programs that I'm going to roll out once my website's developed. Those programs involve kind of a hit type of cardio combined with a keto diet, combined with heavy weightlifting, which is what I'm in right now. So that program was what I'm advertising. It's also what I want to be doing myself. That's the one that I haven't done. The other 2 phases or the other 2 types of variations of my programs are going to be on the paleo diet. I steer away from I steer away from anything like, I don't do Atkins diet. I steer away from like carnivore. Anything that's too extreme, I try to avoid it. But I'm a firm believer in like healthy whole foods, avoid processed foods, avoid sugars. Caffeine is fine. But I kind of put limitations, and I add micronutrient parameters to my programs, which I think are useful and are beneficial, especially if someone's trying to get to the next level or trying to really be an advanced fitness individual, or whatever kind of path they choose. But there's an endurance program. There's just like a bodybuilding type program that doesn't really do too much like CrossFit style or like too heavy on the cardio. So those are the types of variations that I'm kind of advertising and that I'm marketing. I stay away from powerlifting because I haven't done it. I've never bench pressed over 300 pounds. So why would I try to teach someone how to bench press 400 pounds? In terms of like sprinting, agility, and quickness, I'm a relatively athletic guy, but I've never been like a track athlete. I've never been like super good at like really being really, really fast. So I wouldn't try to coach a track athlete to run a 10-second 100-meter dash, things along those lines. So I stay within my limitations, but I also try to expand within those limitations as much as I can and push the envelope, especially with this hybrid athlete thing. I mean, I want to test myself in every area that I can. So this keto diet, this training program, this weightlifting, intense weightlifting, my arms, chest, and back have never been sore all at once in a week. And this past week, I worked out 4 times in the last 48 hours, heavy weights every session. And I'm just pushing myself as hard as I can to get big quick, and run this keto diet as good as I can. I think I specified last time in my Ironman recap that the ratios are going to be like 60% carbs, 30% fats, and 60% protein, 30% fats, and 10% carbohydrates. So those carbohydrates are going to be coming from pretty much vegetables and fruits. I have an ISO protein source, which is isolated protein, pure protein, no carbohydrates in the shake. And then obviously breads and rice are going to be eliminated. I've already eliminated rice altogether. I've eliminated tortillas recently. And now I was using potatoes for the last couple of days, but now they're going to be going away too. So my vegetables are going to be like keto friendly, pretty much like where that ratio holds, which means it's going to be like tomatoes, spinach, onions, bell peppers. I'm going to take out carrots and corn and peas. So I mean, one bag of the vegetables I was eating had 44 grams of carbohydrates. So that's obviously excessive when I'm trying to limit myself to 80 to 85 grams of carbs every day. And eventually there's going to be like another phase of this keto diet where I even take more carbohydrates away. And once I'm confident that I'm more fat adapted and that I'm properly using the energy pathway of my adipose tissue and of my fat source as energy when I exercise. So the last thing I want to do is take away from quality of exercise, but I'm pretty sure that won't be an issue as long as I take in at least 4,000 calories and I'm not running, 10, 15, 20-mile runs like I have this spring, and I'm not biking for 2 hours straight. So that's a summary of my keto diet. I think you have a pretty good idea of where my fitness program is at. A lot of sets, a lot of volume, but still heavy weight when necessary. So if I'm going to do like a tricep extension or like a skull crush, exercise. Um, I'm not going to go beyond 70 pounds. Like I'm going to make sure my form is great. But if I'm like in a flat bench chest session, this is where I'm haven't done this since like December, January. I'm going to start seeing if I can, put more weight on, put more plates on. Sets of 3 is okay. Um, just maintain flexibility. But stretching has become a more prominent role in my day-to-day exercise life. So I think it's important for everyone, no matter what age you are, no matter what level you are, to actively stretch and maintain flexibility. Um, like yesterday, I did 5 sets of jump rope, just as much as I can, as quick as I can, without breaking. And then I went into like just like a shoulder workout, working on like flexibility, mobility. I did like walking lunges and stuff, and stretched out my hamstrings. I did sitting kind of yoga, dog poses and everything else. And I just like worked out my back, my posterior chain, and just tried to make sure that I stay kind of um, up to speed and up to par with making sure that my flexibility maintains like the intensity of my weightlifting. There's been times where I did heavy deadlifts and my back hurt for like the next 3 or 4 days. It's a combination of form breaking down and a combination of not being flexible or not being fully warmed up. So the older I get, the more I focus on executing with stretching. So I think outside of that, there's not much else I want to share. I do want to encourage everyone to pick up this type of training, as long as you don't want to be a professional bodybuilder, as long as you don't want to be set the world record in the 1 mile, in the 100-meter dash, or as long as you don't want to, go into powerlifting meets. Then I think that I'm your guy in terms of being a trainer, and you can learn a lot from me. I don't charge that much. But my current rate is like $50 a month, which I'm starting out at. So for like less than $2 a day, I can give you all the information I know. That's a pretty good deal if you ask me, especially given my credentials. I would argue that I am more knowledgeable than 90% of trainers out there at this point, and I'm just starting out. But I will let my work do the talking. And I hope that, I get some responses from a few people that I've reached out to for potential clients. And it's my responsibility now to network and to get my name out there and to get my brand out there. And I hope to be sharing within the next year. I hope to be sharing news about like a small business that I've started, and just keep things moving forward as I progress in my career. Definitely my professional career as a fitness individual. So that is all I have. Tune in next week, because I'm definitely going to be providing some more information, kind of an analysis of my first 5-6 days of keto, and how they're going and how I feel and how my strength is and how my energy is. Um, so yeah, that's all I have for now. But everyone, go out there, be great. Thank you for watching, and until next time.